Good morning, students. I hope you all are doing fine. Get ready for social science class. Civics, chapter 1, our constitution, page number 263. Last class, we discussed about what is a constitution. So, let us recollect the points. The constitution is a set of written rules and regulations according to which a country is governed. Students, as you know, today most of the countries in the world have a constitution. A constitution helps serve as a set of rules and principles that all persons in a country can agree upon as the basis of the way in which they want the country to be governed. A constitution helps serve as a set of rules and principles that all persons in a country can agree upon as the basis of the way in which they want the country to be governed. So it is important, especially in a democracy, that the government functions according to clearly laid out rules. Then, importance of a constitution already we discussed. Then today we will study the purpose of the constitution and drafting of the constitution. Let us find out. The constitution clearly defines the functions of the powers and functions of the elected representatives who govern the country as well as the rights of the citizens. The laws of our country are framed on the basis of the constitution. In a democracy country, we choose our leaders so that they can exercise power responsibly on our behalf. So the laws of our country are framed on the basis of the constitution. It is our duty, rights of the citizen. We have to elect our representatives, choose our leaders so that they can exercise power responsibly on our behalf. Then second point, it defines the functions and powers of the executive and legislature and also puts certain limitations on their powers. The constitution also deals with the composition of the government with a detailed explanation of its different organs. The legislature, the executive, the composition and functioning of each of these also specified. At the same time, the constitution also specifies a system of checks and balance. So the constitution deals with the composition of the government, deals with the defines the powers and functions of the executive and legislature. So their functionings also clearly mentioned. So their functions also clearly mentioned. Then certain limitations on their functions also. Third one, the constitution tries to uphold the unity, integrity as well as the diversity of the country. So the students, as you know, India is their diversity of the country. India is called as their unity in diversity. So people belonging to different ethnic groups, language groups, religions and cultures make up our nation. Therefore, it is absolutely essential to have rules that will forgive unity and at the same time they have to retain the uniqueness of every group. Third, fourth one, it clearly defines the natures of the political system, the ways in which the government will be elected and on what basis it will function. A constitution is essential and denotes the nature of the political system. Example, whether it has a democratic system of governance, a monarchical one, or some other system. So it's a duty of the government. They have to inform democratic system of whether it has a democratic system of governance, monarchical one or some other system. For example, the Indian constitution declares that India is a secular democratic republic. Next one, the constitution seeks to establish social justice and the rule of law. This means that in a democratic country all citizens are treated equally and they have equal rights. The laws of the country are same for everyone. No person is above the law just because of his her caste or religion. Our constitution establishes the rule of law in India. For example, violation of these laws was made punishable and no one was above the law. So if anyone broke the law, he or she would be liable to be punished irrespective of caste, class, creed, or caste, caste, what is it there? So all the constitution seeks to establish social justice and the rule of law. This means that in a democratic country, all the citizens are treated equally and they have equal rights. The laws of the country are same for everyone. No person above the law just because of her caste or religion. So our constitution established the rule of law in India. Example, violation of these laws was made punishable and no one was above the law. So, if anyone broke the law, he or she would be liable to be punished, irrespective of caste, class, creed, or gender. Is it clear? However, the Constitution mentions some special privileges for certain backward sections of the society, so that they can be at par with the mainstream. So, in the earlier time, so these backward people were suffered like anything, so that they have given some privileges, some certain privileges for certain backward sections of the society. The Constitution gives some fundamental rights to every citizen of the country. Nobody can violate these laws. The Constitution of India guarantees certain basic rights to all its citizens. These are called fundamental rights. Nobody can violate these rights, and a citizen can approach the court of law if his her fundamental rights are violated. Next, the Constitution defines the process of framing laws of the country. Last one, the Constitution abolishes unjust and discriminatory practices such as untouchability and female foticide. Laws were framed specifically to approve social events and free those who had been traditionally ill-treated and dishonored. Thus, the Constitution of India banned untouchability and female foticide. The Constitution also protected the rights of minority groups in India. So here, female foticide, untouchability, as you know. So these backward or poor people, low class people, low caste people are treated as untouchability. Okay, so they are not allowing to enter the temple, even hotels where they are not equally treated as the higher class people. So this untouchability, the constitution abolishes. So that female foticide, what is the female foticide means? Inside the, if it is girl baby means they will there itself they will terminate. So the constitution abolishes. So the constitution also protected. The Constitution of India banned untouchably and female foticide. The Constitution also protected the rights of minority groups in India. That's all for that's all for purpose of a constitution. Next, drafting. Next one, drafting of the constitution. The constitution was framed by the Constitution Assembly. Its members were elected by the members of the provincial legislative assemblies. When India gained independence, the Constitution Assembly served as the first parliament. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was chosen to head the drafting committee of the Constitution Assembly, which was formed in August 1947. The drafting committee took 3 years to complete the task of framing the Constitution. On 26 January 1950, the Constitution was formally adopted. The Constitution was framed by the Constitution Assembly. So the Indian Constitution was the Constitution is Indian Constitution was enforced on 26 January 1950. It was drafted with the efforts of Constitution Assembly, where the role played by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the chairman of the Constitution Assembly, and Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, the chairman of the drafting committee. It can take the drafting committee took 3 years to complete the task of the framing of the constitution. That's all for today class. I hope you all understood. Meet you in the next class. Till then, revise the chapter thought. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day.